Hi everyone, and welcome to another edition of Studio de Sapo, our little video segment that we do where we demonstrate our products, show how we make stuff. We often also show you how to use some of the items that we make. And since this month is International Women's Month, we thought it would be fun to invite some local small business women, big women, small business here to help us make some soap. So today we have Laura Castle from Capital Hippie.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Yes. So she's going to tell us a little bit about her business, and at some point we're going to make some soap. The soap we're going to be making is our Clean for a Cause soap, which is a vanilla oatmeal. And the 100% of the proceeds from the bars that we sell, of those particular bars that we sell, we donate to local charities and organizations in the area. And since this month is International Women's Month, we'll be donating to local women's charities. Do you have anyone in particular that you'd like us to donate to?
Maybe Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood. Awesome. So, So I guess tell us a little bit about what is Capital Hippie all about?
We are all about colors. I make tie dyes. I do not sew them, but I dye tie dyes. And I have a couple artists in there who make jewelry. My husband makes some of the jewelry. And it's just going to be kind of all things hippie or fun or funky or just stuff to make you feel good.
Cool. How long have you been doing this?
I've been making tie dyes for like 3 or 4 years now. I was going to like concerts and music festivals and stuff, and I couldn't find a tie dye tank top in an extra large. I gotta get an extra large. So honestly, after like the 4th place, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make my own. And so I had my cousin and her daughter over, and we made some tank tops, and then I started dyeing like my curtains and stuff. I went nuts. But so then I made some tank tops for myself, and then my friends, I went canoeing with my friends one day, and I literally popped my trunk open and started selling tie dyes out of my trunk, and I guess I've been selling them ever since.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So as a small business woman, what are some tips for work-life balance? Because that's always a challenge.
I have no idea. I still am trying to figure that out. I don't know. What I keep saying to people is, when you're on, you're on. When you're off, you're off. So when I have a lot of energy, I hit it hard and I get all the stuff done that I need to get done. And then if I need a day or two to rest, because a lot of the time, you make, and then I'll rest. I don't know. I'm trying to listen to my body and do what it's telling me to, I guess, a little bit. I don't know. Really, I need advice on that too.
Well, I think it's a challenge everyone faces. And I think, being in small business, one of the luxuries, I guess, is that you don't have a boss directing you or telling you. So that kind of helps, but it's always going to be a challenge, I think. So what are your favorite aspects of your day-to-day
Not having
job?
a boss. No.
Yeah.
I love that I get to be creative, and I love the colors. Like, when I rinse stuff, because it's a long process from when you start something to when you end it. And when I end it, it's me rinsing it, and I can't even tell you like how many times I've rinsed tie dyes, and I hold them up, and I am just grinning from ear to ear. I'm in a lot of pain usually because I'm like bent over, doing most of the stuff. But I honestly, I love the colors, and I love that when people see them too, and when they buy something, and they're generally happy,
Right. Right, and you were a part of that.
Yeah, and that is one of the things, is as cheesy as it may sound, I hope that this stuff, that when, if it's curtains that they buy, when they go downstairs and they look at their curtains, it can bring a smile to their face.
Sure.
Shit's hard enough.
Right.
Trying to bring some rainbows and light, I guess.
That's awesome.
If I could do sparkles, I would do that too.
What is your biggest challenge as a small business owner, do you think?
Balancing everything and figuring out when to rest. I also have a 6-year-old, and That's
hard.
Yeah, balancing that. She's gone to work with me quite a few times, and she loves it.
Yeah.
But I'd say, honestly, I would say the balance, is one of the more difficult things for me. And okay, so not having a boss is good and bad for me. So I love it, but at the same time, I kind of, need someone to
help keep you on that straight and narrow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of guilt, so generally I do that myself too.
What about any words of wisdom for any of those folks out there that were thinking about jumping into the own your own business kind of pool? What advice would you give those folks?
I guess make sure you kind of know what you're doing. I don't want to say make sure you know what you're doing because I don't know what I'm doing, but
it's constantly. I know. It's been five years now, and I still am amazed at what I don't know and what I learn.
Absolutely. I want to say go for it, but I guess weigh out all your options. Make sure you know what you're doing at least a little bit. You can. And right now, Lansing is the place to do it. I feel like there are a lot of low risk things that you can do. Like I'm in Middle Village right now, and that's one of the reasons that I did it is because it's very low risk. It's less than 1 year or about 1 year. And most of the leases around here are like at least three-year leases.
Right.
So that was one of the reasons that I went to Middle Village because it was very low risk. They were guiding me and different things. I've met a ton of people there, but also once you're done, they help you with like rent and stuff. They help you get grants and stuff like that. So that to me really helped. Also doing pop-ups.
Right.
Doing that's also very low risk. Doing a pop-up event in Rio Town, Old Town.
Right.
Music festivals, anything like that.
Awesome. Well, have you ever made soap before?
No.
All right. Well, you are going to have a blast.
I bet.
I've made the process pretty easy. So we've got our oils here, and I've warmed these up. We like to soap around 100 to 110 degrees, give or take. The oils that we use are a blend of plant-based oils. We only use plant-based oils for all of our products. And so this is a blend. This is our house blend, if you will. This is the blend that we use for all of the body bars. It consists of olive oil, coconut oil, castor. There's shea butter and cocoa butter and palm oil. And I've already added the scent. It's a vanilla. It's going to smell like you want to eat it, but it's not a good idea. It's going to look like
pudding.
Can I
sniff it?
Sure.
Can I sniff it?
Sniff away, girl.
No, okay.
So then the other part of soap making that it involves lye or sodium hydroxide, and it is a chemical. People say, well, I don't like, I don't make, or I buy soap that doesn't have lye in it. Well, there's no way that you can have soap without the lye, because the lye is what chemically changes the structure of the oils and turns it into soap.
Oh.
So at some point along the line, somebody turned the oils into soap with lye. Now, we make our lye in a large vat because if you when you mix lye with water, it's going to heat up the water and it's going to be pretty warm, and you have to let it cool before you can actually use it. We make it in a large batch, so that way it's always at room temperature, so that whenever we need to make soap, it's a quick and easy process. So for us today, this is going to be really super simple. What you're going to do is you're going to add this lye mixture, which I've already got all measured out. You're going to add the whole thing in there. And then you're going to use this handy dandy tool.
Yes.
I know, it's great.
Yeah.
This is our immersion blender. Do you cook at all or bake or anything like that? No?
Yeah. I cook a little bit. My husband cooks mainly. We have one of those and I've seen him use it.
Sweet.
He makes hot sauce with it.
Yeah. So it's great for soups and anything you want to puree or whatever, but for soap makers, we'd be lost without it. Mm-hmm. So this makes the process just so much quicker. So you're going to, once you've added your lye, you're going to just blend this up a little bit. We're going to add some oatmeal. Oatmeal is great for the skin. It's a nice exfoliant. You're going to add two pretty healthy teaspoons,
Mm-hmm.
to the mixture. Gonna stir it up some more. We just want it to get it to what we call trace. And what trace means is like once we add the lye water, they'll emulsify, and you'll see it'll be like a creamy texture, and then you'll lift your blender out of the oils and just kind of trace a line on top, and it'll leave, and then so that's what trace is.
All right.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. So you ready?
I believe so.
All right. Well, there's a couple of things we have to do just to be safe. We've got these delightful, fashionable. I wish I had time to do a little color on these for you.
It'd be a lot cooler than rainbow, but
so that's just going to protect your eyes in case you splash lye or anything into it. We're very controlled here, so you won't really have to worry about that. But it's always a good idea. Long sleeves is another good thing, so you've got that covered, and then we've got some gloves for you to wear too.
all right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sound pretty simple so far?
I think so.
All right.
Until I accidentally like knock it all over.
Well, there's two speeds on this stick blender. There's a turbo and just a regular. I've got it set on low speed, so you want to use the top button when you do it. But first, we'll have you add the lye. And you're just going to add this all right in right away. And what I usually do is just kind of pour it over the back of the spoon. That way it's not going to splash all over the place. Just going to add it all right in directly. You can leave your spoon in the bowl, and then we'll use the stick blender to blend it up a little bit. It'll go really fast.
All right,
ready?
cool. Yeah.
I'm left-handed, so whatever you need to do to make this work for you.
Just pour it in, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and I splash immediately.
And we're kind of on a time constraint because once that lye is added, it's going to immediately start to do its job. So then you're going to take your blender.
What do I do with that?
Put it in there.
What do I do?
So I would kind of hold your bowl with one hand and then take your finger and when
Put
you
it in
put
first?
it in here, you want to burp it a little bit. Make sure you get all the air bubbles out. There you go. And then just tap the button a couple times to get a feel. Now you're just going to mix it up. It's going to come together pretty
Do I
fast.
do that?
Yep.
Oh my god.
You want to get all that kind of mixed together. I really watched our temperature too. Sometimes when we're talking, the oil is cooling, and it goes a little faster than I anticipate. I'd like it a little more fluid than this, but this is good.
Man,
So
I'm
next-
telling you, it's probably from me. Even when I cook everything, I burn it. I've got a lot of talents, and that is not one.
So next, you're just going to kind of put this in the mold. Since it's kind of setting up, you're kind of going to have to work a little
it fast?
Yeah. Just kind of get it all in there. It's all going to go in there, so it may not seem like it, but it will. I'm just going to kind of tap this out so it'll level.
you.
There you go.
Tap it. Now, do you want me to smooth it? Or
Let's add this oatmeal. We'll add a couple of teaspoons here, and you're going to kind of try and mix it in there. It's going to be a little more difficult, but it's all right.
that's how I roll.
It's an original work of art.
Anyone that I know who watches this is gonna be like, oh, fucking course. Oh my god, here is that.
You're doing great.
Thanks.
We've had worse. Somebody spilled half the batter down the side of the.
Oh my god, makes for good TV though.
Yes. Right. Just gonna get the rest of this.
So then, does it have to sit for like 3 weeks or something like that?
Right. So from this stage, it'll set overnight. Huh?
I said, look how good it looks. Now that you're like smoothing it all out.
So it'll sit overnight, like in this mold, and this will heat up, and it'll go through all its little phases. And by tomorrow, about 24 to 30 hours or so, it'll be solid, and I'll take it out of the mold and I'll slice it. And then from there, it will go on the curing rack, and it will cure for about 3 weeks before it's ready to sell. And the curing process isn't for the lye. The lye will be done by tomorrow. It'll have turned all these oils to soap, and then the curing process is really just about removing the excess moisture from the bar. The longer you cure the soap, the harder the bar and the longer it will last in your shower. So, yeah.
Longer the cure, harder the bar?
Right, exactly. So it's not a chemical thing, it's really just moisture. It's really just about moisture. And so like in the winter months, it's really, because it's so dry, it's especially dry here in this building.
In my house.
Yeah, the curing process is a lot faster because you don't have the high humidity. In the summer, it's a little bit more tricky, but, so that's it.
Oh, well that was cool.
Yeah, it wasn't so bad, was it?
No, not at all.
No.
Cool, and I didn't ruin it.
You didn't. It's a beautiful thing, yes.
Well, my email's capitalhippie@gmail.com. I also have a website, capitalhippie.com. I'm on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, although I don't really do too much on that. Same thing, Capital Hippie, Capital Hippie.
And then you tell them about your move. You're going to be moving.
Yes, right now I'm in Middle Village Micro Market, which is across the street from the Peanut Shop in downtown Lansing, Washington Square. And I am going to be moving this month across the street to, I think it used to be an old cigar shop. And so I will be right next to La Cocina Cubana and Sahara Delight.
So
And with my own
space.
storefront, yeah.
Is it going to be a lot larger then? Or?
Yep, it's going to be about 1,200 square feet.
Wow.
Yeah, so I got some making to do.
Now, I was going to say, do you do your production there as well? Or is
That's
it
the
US?
plan. I don't right now. I don't have enough room, but this place has a basement that I can do it in.
Awesome.
So that'll be really nice because I'll probably at least spin and dye stuff there. I'm not sure how much I'm going to be able to rinse and all that jazz, but I'm definitely going to be making there because that's one of the things that's been going on is that, you know, I'm in the shop and then I'm going home and making everything. And
Right. Oh, I know. That's moving here when we moved into the larger space, moving production out of our basement. That was huge.
Is it like a whole new life?
Yes. It's awesome.
You get to leave?
Yes, I do. I can leave and just leave it there, and then it's nice. Like, I don't know about you, where you make at home, but I was in the basement all the time.
That's
so
exactly where I'm at.
It's so nice to be able to look out and see people walking by, and you know, with our setup, folks can be shopping in the shop, and they love to be watching me make stuff and that kind of thing. So that's been super cool.
Ooh, maybe I should do something like that too.
You could, if you had a source of water on the sales floor, that would be cool to be able to see you doing at least part of the process, maybe not all of it.
Yeah, I mean, and I've got a bunch of like countertops in there that I keep seeing myself like spinning the tie dyes, which is, you know, if you want to do most of the tie dyes are spun or tied. But yeah, I'm excited to do that, and I'm excited to make it there.
Yeah. Well,
Get out of my basement.
That's exciting. That's exciting.
Thank you,
Yeah.
and thank you so much for having me. This has been great.
We've enjoyed it as well.
I'm so glad I didn't mess it up.
You did a great job.
Big woman, small business, right?
Yes.
Small woman, big business, whatever.
Thanks, y'all, for tuning in, and look for our future segments on Tuesdays throughout the season. With market season starting up in a couple of months, we will probably not be doing as many of these segments, so make sure you tune in to the episodes that are coming out. Thanks a lot. Bye.